She put a pot on she hair and gone. Them a the first one out on the dam. Basket on she head, bucket in each hand. Hold up on she frock, I wanna she grandson. To the market, them a go. For the morning, the day is dawning. For cock-a-crow to give the villagers a warning. Rise and shine, the birds them a sing. All animal take turn as them join in the waking. Cock-a-crow, dagabag, donkey, bray, horse, and they even duck a quack. Cock-a-crow, dagabag, donkey, bray, horse, and they even duck a quack. Come and hear this sweet story that tell the people about life in the country. All day a back down, me now I come home.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here on another BV Triumph report. Been getting some technical issues, so starting a bit late. Now, this week, I am open to deal with some of the administrative worries that we're having at the council. For one, the overseer was fired along with the tax collector. These firings were done by way of the local government commission. In letters to these officers, it was noted that a survey or an investigation was done, and based on the preliminary evidence, they have decided to fire them, and also but in the meanwhile, they'll be giving them their due rewards of whatever benefits are coming, which is kind of perplexing. I mean, if you find it so egregious, if you find what they have done is so wrong, why would you want to still give them their due reward? I mean, so we need to. However, council has taken a position that because the local government commission did not send the report, their reports to the council, we cannot accept that position. Albeit some people may want to say that, look, the overseers, we've been getting so many complaints against the overseer, but we must be fair is fair. If the local government commission wanted to fire these people, then what they should have done is inform the council as to what were their findings, that is, send a report of their findings to the council. But that request should send us a report so that we are more informed as to whether to support the dismissal or to protest it or to object against it, right? So that is the state of play with that. That being so, things at the council is manned by the assistant overseer presently, and quite a few things are, well, I will not say lagging, but for instance, for this month's meeting, we have not seen the minutes as yet. And meeting is Thursday. Normally we get meeting minutes the week before, that is Thursday or Friday before the meeting. That has not been, at least I did not get my own. I'm not sure if other councillors did get theirs, because, you know, since I've been on the council, there have been quite a lot of biases against me. You know, for instance, I'm not in a WhatsApp group. Councillors are notified of what's happening at the level of council on a day-to-day basis via WhatsApp group. I'm not included in that group. I understand that there is a meeting of the council to deal with security tomorrow from 2 other members of the council. I was not informed. They said that notification came in the WhatsApp group. I know you are all anxious to know what's happening with regards to the resignation of our chairman. Chairman did indicate at the last statutory meeting on the statutory date that he is resigning. For what, he never gave any reason, so we will not speculate. However, for resignation to take force, he would need to write to the local government commission or to the minister of local government. I am not sure if that procedure has been completed. However, what I know is that the letter to the local government commission, which was signed by the chairman on the 2nd of April, sorry, 2nd of September, which at that meeting, he claimed that he would be resigning on the 1st of September. So that being so, I would want to assume that he has not resigned, and it will only be at the next statutory we'll know what is the state on that issue. However, my position on that is that the chairman has been taking us for a ride for some time. I remember at December statutory when I was at the December meeting when I was inducted into the council, and the question of the sale of the Section G was raised. He claimed at that meeting, and he has said it publicly, that should there be one transport, if we can show him one transport that is owned, that shows ownership the lands privately in the Section G, he would resign. Personally, I've shown him 10 transports. Also, there is a list of the owners which was provided by the deeds registry to the council. So there is no doubt, or rather there should be no doubt in his mind that those lands are privately owned. Yet our chairman, or the chairman, did not resign. Then under pressure last month, again, he mounted the same thing. I will resign as of 1st of September. He signed the document on the 2nd of September. So I do not know if he sent this letter or he did not send this letter. If his letter of resignation was accepted or not accepted, though it doesn't matter if it's accepted or not accepted, because once his mind is made up that he is resigning, then that should be honored. That situation should be honored. I am not able to do a live. I don't know why it's not hooking up to the Facebook Live, but I'm recording, so this will be posted later. I see we have former Superintendent and Assistant Commissioner Paul Slow and Miss Jillian Bess in the house. I do not know if either of you people would like to raise a question or make a comment at this stage as to the management of our council and community. If you do,
good night. Good night.
Good night. How are you?
I just want to I'm running out shortly, so I just wanted to make this point about the firing of the overseer or whoever. If the local government commission has fired those persons, and if it is felt that proper procedures weren't followed, they weren't given due notice and all of that, the order should be on them to challenge it, not the council. My view is not the council, but to challenge it. They were fired, and if they are contending that it was done arbitrarily, without due process, they are the ones who should take it up. I just want to make that point. In respect to the resignation of the chairman too, I think the council need to be advised what is the procedure. Because the man says that he's resigned and he decides that he's not coming back to work, I don't think anybody can force him. So whether he is actually resigned or not, whether it is accepted or not, whether he went through the correct procedure, the mere fact that he has indicated that he's not, he's resigning, and if he does not continue to do whatever he was required to do, then he is actually resigned. So I just would like to caution that maybe some legal advice, somebody with some knowledge of the correct procedure should be consulted so that proper direction can be given.
As for the procedure states that he can make that declaration at a meeting, but he must write to the minister and the local government or the local government commission. So I do not know if either of those steps were taken. So, but as I said, he continues to sign documents after the day that he said he would have resigned. And what my peeve is, if he is being playing what dead to see what kind of funeral he can get, because when he in December and January, when he said if we can show him one transport, he will resign. He saw several transports, he did not resign. Yet he repeated that recently that he only saw 2 transports. And now again he's saying he's resigning. So what are we doing? Are we playing a game? Is this a game? We have to be serious. And I think the village and they should take him to task for that, right? Let him understand that we are tired of this kind of a situation where you say, when things ain't going your way, you resign. Like the small boy with his bat. When the game ain't going the way, take away. I don't play to carry bat. That kind of thing. We are adults and this is a community that, and the livelihood of the people in this community are at stake when he behaves like that. Now, the other thing, Jillian, do you have any comment? No. Okay. The other thing I would like to bring is that last statutory. Oh, Jillian. Yes, Jillian.
Sorry, no, I don't. I'm actually just listening in. I'm just listening. I don't have any comments. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. At the last statutory, some of you may have observed that it was live. The meeting was live on Facebook. I think that's a step in the right direction because, I mean, our national parliament is transmitted by TV, radio. So why not our council? Because until now, council's business appeared to be secret business and not the business of the people. But by going live, we will be affording the people an opportunity to see what council is doing in their interests. Because at the end of the day, the officials that sit in the council, the people that sit in the council are representing the villagers. And we need to know, I think villagers should know what sort of representation they're getting from these councillors. If you had followed that live, you would have realized that the lawyer for the council made some statements. It is clear from the statements he made that that gentleman is not working in the interest of the villagers, because when asked about the situation with John Finance and this deed of gift to Mohammed, he was like, no, we should just sit and wait. And we all know that if we sit and wait, 1 year go by, without an objection, those lands can be deeded to Mohammed's and sons and daughters, right? So personally, I do not think that his advice was the best advice for the people of BV, maybe for the council, because when you listen to him carefully, he was talking about, he is doubting whether the validity of the transports that we have, because he has not seen a transport, but he is, the way he has positioned himself, he is doubting whether these transports are valid. Granted, as I said, he has not seen a transport according to him. I don't know if he has seen or did not see, but he is taking the posture that the lands should be, the villages belongs to the village. Hence, the village has all right and has all authority to do what they want to do with the land, meaning they can sell it to John Finance. In the meanwhile, John Finance and the council cannot decide how to make the refund, because the council's position is John Finance has to request of them the refund. John Finance is not making a step in that direction. So what do we do? An impasse exists. I had suggested that we approach the local government PS for guidance, because I am aware that monies that are paid to governmental agencies, ministries and so, normally go into a consolidated fund. And if perchance monies were excess were paid, or monies were by error paid to the government and went into that fund, the PS can request of Parliament permission to refund such monies. In the John Finance case, the monies are not in the consolidated funds, but are in the council's accounts. So for that money to be released, I'm being told by, I've not been able to verify it by any legal document, that the way to do it is John Finance needs to request, because the overseer would need to have a paper trail as to why she is preparing a voucher and a check for John Finance, right? But barring that, I think there should be some other mechanism if John Finance is not stepping up to do it, because as I said, should we allow time to pass and that monies are not repaid, then our lands can be in jeopardy. And for that reason, I've decided that this week, I will be approaching a lawyer to file some note of denial. I don't know what's the correct legal terminology to use, or that we did not give council permission to trade our lands with John Finance. We did not give council permission to involve our lands in any transaction of sort with John Finance, or anybody of that for that matter. Because, as I said, the lawyer's position is clear. He is angling towards the land being the council's land so the council can sell it. So that is what he's trying to prove for the council, to show that they still have that capacity to sell. And if we should go back again to that same meeting, which was live, you will see that Councillor Comerbadge's presentation, he did a presentation on a very frivolous exercise to demarcate the beginning and end of each section in the backlands. Though Councillor Tekshan indicated in that that beginning and end of each section is the points are known. No, we can identify them. There is no need to engage another surveyor to pay thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, to get those demarcations correct, right? But in his presentation, again, he was talking about the need to have those backlands. And Paul, this should be of interest to you because you have a lot of lands in Section F. He is still of the opinion that Section F should be developed for a housing scheme, right? So I am saying this week I will be seeing a lawyer or one of the lawyers that I've been talking to file that their position or whatever it is in the court, objecting to the council trading in Section F and Section G in any manner or form. Because if this is not done and time go on, I will be very much annoyed with myself and sorry for what would can possibly happen to our lands in the background if these fellows are allowed their way. No, so those are some of the updates I would like to bring to you. And if anybody has a comment, any of you have a comment on those issues with the backlands before we move on?
No comment from me, and I will be leaving now after go. So
okay then, you take care. Thank you. Yes, Jillian. So it's me and you will continue this meeting. I'm sorry I couldn't do the live on Facebook, so the others could have participated from that end, but it will be posted after.
That's okay. When I come on, it's just to listen. You know, I don't really have much knowledge about what's going on in Guyana, so I kind of basically learn from you. So anytime I'm on, It's just to really listen.
Okay. No, but as a well, not a resident, but someone who has an interest in the community, you can make comments because apart from what I am saying, I'm guessing that you would be hearing from other colleagues, residents, relatives as to what is happening in the community.
Yes.
And you must have concerns because these meetings not only to talk about what's happening at the council, I'm talking of this is, I would like these meetings to be about the community, what we can do as a community to improve our lot.
Okay, okay.
Right. So
All right.
it's now the next issue that I would really like to raise is this issue pertaining to the lands in what is known as the New Generation Housing Scheme. New Generation Housing Scheme, these are lands that were granted to a co-op, New Generation Housing Cooperative, sometime around 2005 by the council that were existing then. The members of that cooperative paid to have the land surveyed and allotted. They approached the Central Housing and Planning Authority for permission to build on the lands. They were anticipating to get CIMAP to build a bridge, access bridge to those lands. However, permission was not granted for that bridge to be built as to access those lands for whatever reason. There are several.
Where are these lands? Where is that?
This is in Triumphant Lands. I don't know if you know, there is a pump just by way Bakja as is plot at the back of the Muslim cemetery. There are some lands there.
I know where that is. Yeah.
Right, by the somewhere near to the pumping station. Right. Now, at the time, it was considered 21 house lots there. But when the co-op first got the lands, but for some reason, another 5 plots were given to the co-op, right? Making it 26 house lots. Now, there are some theories around that well, not a theory, an hypothesis, I should say, that the co-op were not given the go ahead to build the bridge because of the demographics of the people who were getting those lands. Those demographics were not too much in the liking of one government minister who deemed that it should have been more balanced. But the members of that co-op argument were that if you look at the community, then the demographics of those, the people who are getting the lands was a reflection of the community.
Okay.
So here, I don't know if it is true, but this is what was told to me by 2 people, that the government minister at the time were saying that there should be equal numbers of Africans and Indians in that New Generation Housing Scheme. While the people are saying that, look, the community has it's between about 70 to 75% African, that is BV Triumph, while, you know, it's the 25 to 30% of other ethnic groups, right? So if there's any Indian input there, or Amerindians, or whoever other grouping, they should not be more than 25 to 30%. And it hovered around that amount because there were 4, I think, in the 21. But as I said, the other 5 key were, they were notified of the other 5 house lots later, because apparently some 5 house lots were given within the compound of the drainage pump. Right? So then basically we have 26 house lots. Even though this council now, instead of reapproaching the members of that cooperative to find out if they are still interested, because they were able to work out something and to have ingress and egress to those house lots. They were able to establish a mechanism to do that without building the bridge that across that drainage canal north of the public road, because that's where the group intended to put theirs, and the ministry said, housing said it's not possible because that's not, they don't want a bridge there, another bridge there. But as I said, some people saying it was all a front for what the minister wanted.
So right now that's at a standstill.
No.
The 20
It's
Mhm.
not at a standstill. The council has been, this present council has been able to get the lands, access to those lands, because they've been able to demonstrate the wherewithal to get ingress and egress. So they established a raffle for the 21, I was told initially. In the 21, of the 21, we have had 8 councillors who got lands, either themselves or their children, and another 5 councillors whose close relatives and friends got. So in other words, what we're saying, 8 and 5 is 13 out of 21 belongs to people directly associated with the council. And we are
So
talking
that
it's a
means that
raffle. We are talking a raffle.
That raffle was only open up to the council people?
Well, no one knows, because when I heard of it, the raffle was already closed when I heard that
Wow.
these lands were out there to be given. However, recent investigations show that there are actually 33 house lots out there, plus another double lot, which is what can be called a double lot, another plot, and that plot is labeled JB's plot. So we have JB's plot plus 33. JB, by the way, are the initials of our chairman, Jamal Bagot. So that chairman, he benefited from a plot of land just in the Market Street there, under the guise that his mother wanted it, where he has a workshop. Now he has a double lot out there in the new generation scheme, and according to the word on the street, his girlfriend or fiance, I don't know which one she is. Some people say girlfriend, some say has a plot in there too.
So technically this is really not open to the community then?
It was skewed. It was direct, it was still fit for members of because if I guess maybe if you do check again, the remaining lots. Oh, by the way, among the criteria for you to qualify to have a plot out there, you must be from the village.
Are they from the village? Are those councils from the village?
Yeah, the councils are from the village. They're villagers. Generally.
Okay.
But what I mentioned this to say that there is a man by the name of Muhammad who has got a plot out there too, who is not from the village.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, these are things that BV people are sitting on and not doing anything about.
Right, they're not getting involved.
They're not, all they will tell you is long rope got end. They can do till they can't do no more. Those are the kind of things you're getting from the Baronians.
And they're not making an attempt to help the situation or help themselves.
You know, this housing scheme, according to the chairman, is an housing scheme for young professionals in the community. Young professionals or young entrepreneurs.
But are they aware of it? Or is the community aware of these house lots?
By now they are aware of it, but they were all granted to people. They all have names of people. We have the former Ario, who's not from BV again, but from Pleasant. She's got a house lot out there. There's a lot, you know. So I'm saying these things to say that the criteria of being from BV was totally disregarded.
Exactly.
Then the criteria of there, you need to have people having houses, people who need houses were bypassed as far as I'm concerned, because as I said, councillors, their children are getting houses, lots out there. Children who are at school children who are not working.
Well, so much for the entrepreneur piece of it. They
So,
just give who they wanted to give. So that's
so
an inside job.
it's an inside job.
Yeah.
And this is what I would like the people of BV to understand and get active about. But
Right.
the people of BV are not interested. I don't know why. I would like to know the former members on board and to join the board to challenge it. But as I said,
Right. Back in that village.
right? So we need to understand that our patrimony is at stake. Our birthright is at stake with this group of councillors. People are just taking us for granted. And that is why I'm happy that they will be broadcasting the council meetings live. And I hope they do continue it. So that
they started it?
Yes, last month it was live. I can send you a link to it if you wish.
Okay.
Last month's meeting was live, and I on Facebook, and I would like it to continue live on Facebook, so that people can see what these good councillors have been doing in our interests.
All right. Is there flyers going around in the village with certain things that are happening? I mean, to let the people be aware. Maybe some people are not aware.
Well, that is why I'm calling these meetings every 2 weeks, the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday, so that people can be alerted and they can share it among themselves and discuss it. But we get, well, to be honest with you, a few people join on the Facebook Live, and some would even look at it after. So I couldn't do the Facebook Live today. So I will, as I said, will post the recordings after so that they will be alerted. But there are other ways people need to interact with councillors. Councillors need to interact with the villagers, because though they are the ones you're representing, and you cannot represent somebody if you're not interacting with them.
That is true, yeah.
Right. So I don't know what we can do, but as I said, it's up to the people from the New Generation Housing Co-op to take a stand on this. Though I am trying to get all the information on those lands, who get the lands, so that we can build a case against the council on that distribution.
Yeah. So you don't know if they have any more availabilities?
No. All the lands
in the community.
No, all those lands are given. So their trick now is to tell you that Section F can be utilized for housing. Where is Section F? Section F is about, if you stand from our north corner, Section F is about 3.5 to 4 miles down into the back dam through those virgin vegetation that we call backlands today.
Wow.
Who's going to go and build a house there? Yes, in the future, a road is supposed to be passing close there, which will link the Timehri Airport to Berbice.
Okay.
Feeder roads coming out at Agriculture Road, Oval, and so on, right? So it will be accessible in the future. But
not now.
Not now, but anyhow, personally, I would prefer if those lands remain agricultural, so that we can employ the unemployed in our village.
Right.
But there seems to be a very great push to occupy all our agricultural lands for housing. The government is saying to us that we should maintain all our sectors. I mean, I'm not speaking in this case as a supporter of the PPP. I'm speaking as a nationalist.
Right.
Because we cannot all focus on oil, and they're looking at the oil boom that we will be experiencing to build houses out there. In fact, if you listen to or look at the program, John Finance is supposed to be building houses for the oil industry at the back there. And from what I understand, several government ministers have been jostling over each other to get the lands in Section F to build houses again.
Oh, boy.
Though the villagers have been scammed by telling them that you will get house lots there to build houses. But the thing is, I am aware that one contractor from the village have been trying to organize a crew of men, because this thing should have been advanced already, but because it was interrupted, to start the operation there for 50 houses.
Mhm.
But it was
But
interrupted.
it seems like the people that are in position, they're just grabbing for themselves and their family.
Well, that is so, quite so. It is very, very clear.
Yeah.
That is why I'm saying, if they keep their boast up that, and they want to do well for Beefy, let us have the meeting live. Even if the council has to pay for it, for
Right.
that live session, it will be
Right.
worth it. It will be monies well spent. It will be monies
Right.
better spent than the monies they have spent on surveying those lands to con John Finance into a deal. Because I cannot see it any other way. You
Right.
don't own land and you're trying to sell land. I mean, you're conning somebody,
Exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
this council, they spent money to survey those lands foolishly. Right now they have a lawyer trying to defend a position which they cannot defend, paying monies. They paid monies, a lot of monies out. So pay someone to let villagers see your council meeting.
Right.
Since we do not have the capacity to entertain them in the council chamber.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Elton, you just continue doing what you do to bring awareness to the people. That's all you can do.
Well,
Hopefully one of these days people, chime into what you're trying to tell them. But for now, I don't know why they're so laid back.
well, that I cannot say. Why they are so laid back. But time will tell. Time always brings solutions to things,
Yeah. You just keep up.
Whatever
Just
issues
keep
you
doing
have,
what you're
time will
doing.
find a solution. And I hope it will be the best solution for the village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
there are many other things. Maybe at the next meeting, I will
All
deal
right.
with some of those issues. But no, we cannot deal with everything in the hour that's allocated. We will start late. I will try to finish now. And with that, thank you very much, Jillian. And
You're welcome. I'll try to see if I can get some more people to chime in next time when
yeah,
I'm on.
please. So with that, I see.
This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time.